All right, hello everybody. Peter here once again. I think this is Q&A video number 9. And it's been a little while since I made a post on Patreon here. Some of you have noticed I recently went on a little camping trip. It was about a week and a half, 11 or 12 days. I'm back now. Sorry for the brief break there, the hiatus, but I am thankful for a job like this where I can go off on little breaks like that, right? That's really cool. So it's thankful, and I mean it's possible in a large way to wonderful supporters like you. So thankful, but I do apologize for the break, the lack of posts there. But we're gonna be answering some more questions that have been posted here by all of you wonderful people. Let's hop right into it. Hope you're all doing well. Can we look at first at the questions posted here below the last Q&A video. This one, Q&A video number 8. Let's see here. It says, Gail says that she was curious about my eye surgery. And she says I can turn my glasses into sunglasses, because I think I had mentioned that I miss my old glasses. I never really thought about that. That would be pretty cool. I'll have to look into that. Plain lenses tinted. I mean, the problem with my old glasses is the lenses in there are prescription, but I don't know how much it costs to. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, you can get anything done these days, right? If you ask the right people and have the right amount of money, I guess. Let's see here. All right, here's a question. It says, do you have a nice view from the new place? Pretty nice view. I'm not exactly like on a mountain or anything, but I get to see there's nice trees and nice grass all around me. Trees are nice, like evergreen type trees, right? I like those. I do like trees. And lots of times there's nice clouds. I'm a huge fan of clouds. And there's birds. I was telling someone this just the other day. Out of all the things in the sky, clouds and birds are some of my favorite things in the sky. And out of all the things on the ground, birds are probably some of my favorite things that are on the ground. So I'm just a big fan of birds. They're special because they go on the ground and the sky. Right? But yeah, it's a nice view here. I like it. Not a lot of buildings to get in the way of whatever would otherwise be behind buildings. Zealand says, I'm struggling with finding ways to express myself. I feel like words will never be good enough. Even my art doesn't explain much. I wonder if I should just give up and accept I'm not as special as I think I am. I wonder what advice you have for this situation and if you relate. Well, I don't know how special you think you are, but we're all pretty special in that we're all different people. None of us are the same person as each other. That's pretty crazy. That's something to hang on to and latch on to, right? Then again, we're all the same because we're all different. That's why I have this little thing here. Right? So an artist friend of mine made me this a long time ago. Everyone is special, not even you. It's maybe a little bit pessimistic, but I like it all the same. But maybe you're struggling with thinking, like maybe it'd be nice to think, like, oh, I'm some amazing, inspired, like artist, like I am special and I have great ideas and everything can just flow and be. But I mean, art, if art was easy, right? And if amazing ideas and being special or whatever, right? If all this was incredible and being, right? If being the next Michelangelo or Banksy or like whatever your like goal is, however special you wanted it to be, if that was easy, then everyone would do it. Everyone would do that, right? I also struggle with feeling like my art doesn't explain anything. To me, my art feels extremely shallow. It just seems like lines on the paper. And I struggle all the time with thinking it looks cool, but it's just even when I figure out how to make it seem like it has more visual depth, it still doesn't have much more emotional or mental depth. I think you're struggling. The fact that you're struggling with it is a good sign, and you should keep struggling with it. That's a good struggle. I think you're on the right track. I don't know. Yeah. And Marcus here says the Art and Fear book that I recommended me. It's a good book. It's short. I think it's very relatable to the struggles you're going through. Shows that you're not the only one. Yeah. I think it's good also. Yeah. Chris says, what kind of computer rig do you have? Pretty nice. Decent video card. 3 monitors. Yeah. I have, let me see here. I built this computer specifically with video editing in mind, right? So I got the AMD Ryzen 8. This is the first time I built a computer with an AMD processor instead of an Intel processor, just because the Ryzen 7 1700, it's got 16 CPUs, and then you get 32 gigs of RAM, which I've got, and then apparently then you get that's 2 gigs of RAM per CPU, and then that is apparently just apparent. I don't know. I'm not like a computer engineer. According to the research I did at the time when I was building the computer, that's just so much better for like inline video editing. Like when you're doing the video editing, in Premiere Pro or whatever, it's just much smoother. And then when you click export, what used to take 30 or 45 or minutes or an hour now takes only 4 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on what you're doing. So that's pretty cool. And then you don't need the video card doesn't matter near as much. I have a GeForce GTX 1600. No, GTX 1060, sorry. 6 gigabyte. It's decent video card, but it's definitely not the latest and greatest. I definitely put a lot more money into the CPU. And a big thing is I have a solid state drive for the operating system. Then I have a couple of big, like several terabyte hard drives just for like holding footage and stuff. But then a big thing is I have an M.2 drive, which is like a faster type of solid state drive, a 500 gigabyte M.2 drive, just for dedicating media caches to, because programs like Photoshop and Premiere Pro and After Effects all have media caches where they just like store all this. I don't know. They just store these media and but all the media buffers and stuff like that. And I use that exclusively for those programs, and it works pretty good so far, at least. And then it deletes after a certain number of days or a certain number of gigabytes or something like that. So hope that explains. As far as audio, I have this is on here. I can never remember what this is. This microphone. I'll tell you in a second. I have a Focusrite 2i2 as the thing I plug everything into, which has given me some problems in the past, but I think that's the problems I've had have been more related to like having too many things plugged in as far as USB, because I like plugging in like tons and tons of webcams, and then there's like not enough juice to go around, right? The microphone, this microphone I'm using right here is a ATR. Sorry, my Amazon's acting weird. think it's the ATR 2035. ATR 2035. Yeah, hope that. Let me know if you have any other questions. Chris also asks, have you ever been in a physical fight? If so, what was the outcome? I've never been in, I mean, I've like, as far as like a real physical fight, like actually fighting, not really. I've, excuse me, I've been like hit before, like in the back of the head, but that's kind of a scumbag move. I didn't fight back. I tried the whole walk away. I was in the middle of walking away, but the person really wanted to fight. They just clocked me in the back of the head. I was outnumbered, so I wasn't going to get into a fight in that situation. So no. But I have plenty of fantasies. You know, especially, as you're falling asleep in bed or maybe standing in the shower. Oh, fantasy is the right word, but you run through scenarios in your head about how it might play out and how you might react, right? Which of course is probably totally not how it would actually play out and how you would totally react. Because in real life, I walk away and just get hit in the back of the head. But it's fun to fantasize. They probably are really. This fantasy is total fantasy. I don't know. I'd probably do awful in a real physical fight. Maybe I just need something to fight for. Maybe that's what it is. I never really had anything to fight for. Hey Pierre, I'm curious how you store all your art. How frequently do you sell original drawings? I had to guess what percentage of your work is in sketchbooks versus loose leaf paper. A lot of my work is in sketchbooks, which makes it easy to store, right? That's very convenient. Just another book on a bookshelf. That's pretty straightforward. And apart from that, if it's like a loose leaf drawing, I just put it in portfolios like this, right? And then you can just flip through it like that, which is pretty much how I keep most loose leaf drawings, unless it's like too big, then I just kind of pile it up places. I like drawing in sketchbooks more because, I don't know, there's just such a good feeling to have a sketchbook. On the flip side, it's hard to sell one drawing, excuse me, well, out of a sketchbook. So then I do, there's different reasons, but sometimes I consciously make a decision to do a drawing on a loose piece of paper because I think, I should try to sell some art. And I can't sell, sketchbooks or one drawing out of a sketchbook, so I try to do some loose leaf drawings, or if I know I'm going to sell it, I don't know. I wouldn't say I frequently sell original drawings, mostly because I price them high because I like them. I like having them. They mean a lot to me. I don't know. It's difficult. It's a difficult predicament for me. I want money, but I also want my own art. It's a conundrum. I don't know about the percentage. I don't know. It's tough. I'm bad at that sort of estimation. Maybe close to 50, maybe. I don't think it's strongly skewed in one direction or another. But maybe it is, and I am totally off base. This person, let me get this window a little bigger. I'm not sure how to say this name. I'm sorry, I apologize. Maybe it's Sealy. I apologize for saying your name wrong. Says, excuse me. Hey Peter, not sure if this question has been asked before, but how do you feel about people getting your drawings tattooed? I know it has been done before, but what's the protocol for doing that, especially in terms of payment? Are there any drawings of yours that you wouldn't be okay with people having as tattoos? I want a drawing of yours for the next part of my sleeve, but I wouldn't want to get any work done without the artist go ahead first. Thanks. Yeah, I'm totally fine with people getting pretty much anything I've drawn tattooed. I can't really think of anything I've drawn that I wouldn't want people getting tattooed, and yeah, I can't really think of anything. Really, my only problem with tattoos is when people ask me to design tattoos for them. That I'm not really that interested in. because I like drawing what I want to draw, you know? I have enough problems with drawing what's in my head, much less what's in other people's heads. So, but if they want to get something tattooed that I have already drawn in the past, that's very, I'd be honored, right? I love to see a picture of it when it's done. Very cool. No payment required at all. Knock yourself out. That'd be awesome. Let me know if you have any other questions about that, you know. Elijah says, have any good, crazy, weird relationship stories I'm comfortable telling? Not really, no. These are the kind of things, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of too open-ended. I mean, I feel like I tell relationships, you know, stories and stuff like that, you know, on Twitch and stuff sometimes, but nothing like really like pops into my head. I have to be like in the mood, and it has to be like some sort of connecting topic. I don't know if I'm just comfortable or capable of telling just some random story like that about some other random person off the top of my head. I don't know. It's weird. Sorry. So the answer to that is like yes and no. Alright, that's all. I think that's all the questions on the last video, and then I made a post here asking for more questions. Here's some more questions. It says, do you ever use music for inspiration? Excuse me. If so, what are some of your favorite songs to draw to? And then, like here it shows, I do have a Spotify playlist here, which is like really long. It's like 70 hours of music. I do listen to music. I rarely draw in total silence. I don't know if it's something I'm like scared of silence or something. Sorry. Scratchy throat. Yeah, no, I like listening to music while I draw. What I don't usually do as much, I don't listen to podcasts, I don't listen to audiobooks. When it's like people talking like that, whether it's podcasts, audiobooks, I find I zone out. The weird thing is I do feel very capable of drawing while there's a person, like a physical person talking to me, right? Like if it's in class, or if I'm sitting with someone at like a coffee shop and we're chatting, hanging out, and they're talking, I can listen great while I draw. But I feel like if it's like it's these weird disembodied drawings. If I was talking to someone on a phone, I have a harder time keeping track of what's going on for some reason. I don't know. But I don't know if I have specific favorite songs to draw to. It depends on my mood. But yeah. Ethan says, when will we make another Peter's Hot Dog Chef Extraordinaire? I really need another recipe. Also, do you watch any other YouTubers? If so, who? Last suggestion real quick. You should draw on a piece of toast. I don't know about the Hot Dog Chef Extraordinaire. It's tough to come up with these recipes. I mean, these are top of the line recipes, and I don't want to dilute the Peter's Hot Dog Chef Extraordinaire brand with subpar recipes. So far, I've made a point of only delivering top of the line, right? Only the best of the best. Things that will keep the Peter's Hot Dog Chef Extraordinaire brand the cream of the crop. And I want to maintain that, even if it means releasing slightly less frequent episodes. So as soon as like the next one, like 110% great idea pops into my head, I'll make that video. Don't you worry. But I understand your need for another recipe. I also am starving to death because I don't know how to make any more hot dogs. I don't really watch any other YouTubers these days. I haven't clicked on that subscription tab in years, really. I don't. YouTube kind of distresses me and depresses me sometimes, so I don't really ever click on that. So, draw on a piece of toast, like with a marker or some sort of toasty condiment. It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Thank you. Stephanie says, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? Flying. I would like to fly. I think that's always what it would be, and always what it will be. Like Superman flying, you know? You can just float and zoom around. I don't want to have to flap or anything. That's the point. I don't want to have to flap, and I want to be able to zoom fast and slow. But also, I might need Superman's invulnerability, because what if I'm zooming at like 1,000 miles an hour and I hit a bug, and I'm not invincible? The bug would probably just go clear through my skull. So I might need invulnerability. I just want Superman's powers, maybe. But I don't, that's also a lot of responsibility. So maybe but I'll take them. I think I could probably handle it. I'll see if I can handle it. I'll take that risk, I think. I think I will. Brand of coffee do I drink? Lately I've been buying Peet's. Peet''S. Peet's. Some of the medium and darker blends. Usually I think the French blend or something like that, if they have it, or there's some other weird word they have that I buy if they don't have the French. I don't know. I don't stand there staring at the coffee section very long when I buy a new pack of coffee, to be honest. Is there a difference in the creative process of your wordles regarding handwritten, first couple line almanacs, versus typed, the most recent line almanac, Instagram captions? No, because they're actually all the same thing. I type them all out. And then these handwritten ones in the first couple line almanacs, those are all typed out. And then I just got pieces of paper and hand wrote them out for the line almanacs. So those are all typed initially. There are a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions where I had a little notebook and I was like at a coffee shop or something, and I would hand write them out, or I was at, like Panera or something, and I would hand write them out. A lot of those were less wordles and just like weird rambling, like made up journal entries, like I was pretending I was someone else and journaling as them or something. I don't know what that was, but I don't think there's a much difference in the creative process. No. But even some of those, I rewrote those for the line almanacs. I mean, as far as the handwriting goes. I think the creative process is pretty much the same, though. I should do more. I don't know. I recently read a book by Jack Kerouac. I need to talk about this more later. But while I was on this trip I was just on, I recently read a book called Big Sur by Jack Kerouac. And I was so delighted to find out. I feel like there is a little bit of a kindred spirit here. Why didn't no one ever tell me about this guy before? But it's a chapter book, right? But some of his whole chapters were just one entire sentence. It's so amazing. There's another person that loves long sentences, just like me. So after reading a Jack Kerouac book, I want to write a book. The problem is I don't have a story to write. Do you need to have a story in your head to write a book? I don't know. Joel says, "Hey Peter, I was listening to your content-free podcasts, which I love, and you were talking something about your friends and not bothering them when moving. So I was wondering, did your friends watch your videos, and so what did they think about your art and content creator work?" Yeah, some of them watch it more than others, or just keep up on see my Instagram posts, or Twitter or whatever. I know one of my friends is like a teacher in a public school. He teaches like PE in a middle school or something. I know, like, whenever he has or health class or something, I know he sent me like snaps of his class sometimes, and they have like free time at the end of class. He'll put on some of my videos, and he sends me like close-up snaps. He'll put on like the weird videos of me doing like slathering ink all over me or making weird hot dog sausages or drawing weird. I don't know. But he'll send like a close-up snap of some kid's like discussing, trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. You know, like, no, he's drawing a mosquito. I think it's supposed to be a mosquito. I don't know. He thinks it's amusing them watching his kids trying to figure out what I'm doing. Anyways, but yeah, no, some of my friends can keep closer tabs on it than others. Corvallis says, would you rather be Tin Man, Scarecrow, Lion, or Dorothy? Wait, Tin Man. Wait, Scarecrow. Wait, Lion. Lion needed a heart, right? For courage. Scarecrow needed a brain. Wait, Tin Man needed oil. I can only think of two organs, a heart and a brain. Do one of them mean lungs or liver? Were the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Lion all looking for organs? Or is one of them looking for courage, which is a little bit more abstract? Or is courage and the heart the same thing? Regardless, I'd rather be the Tin Man. The Tin Man is definitely the coolest one. By far. Definitely cool, easiest to draw upon. That'd be cool. Zealand says, are you a proud chicken dad? What have your babies accomplished so far in life? Those little babies, the little chicks, are growing up so fast. It's shocking and appalling, and it's just I am proud of them. Very proud. I wish they weren't so skittish. You know, there's only one or two of the chickens that gets close enough for me to touch them. I should watch some YouTube videos on how to get your chickens to cuddle with you or something, but I'm fine with them. They walk in like little circles around me and make little peeping noises still. I'm wondering when the little chicks stop going beep 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 and start going cluck cluck cluck. But we'll see, I guess, because they're getting big quick. Yeah. Gail says, how are the new digs? We've gotten used to being out in the country. Looking forward to a tour. Yeah, I need to do a house tour soon. I'm slowly getting used to it, yeah. Working out my rhythms as far as, like when I need to go to the grocery store and, like how to get to the post office and art supply stores, just stuff like that. That's like a big thing. Get my eating habits have changed. I'm eating a lot more, like microwave dinners and stuff like that instead of going out to eat for pretty much every day. I used to go out to eat, just like go through a drive-through or something. I think this is more healthy, right? I think most microwave dinners are probably more healthy than what you get at I don't know. I'm trying to think about it too much. Just trying to move forward, make art, not to get too bogged down in the minutia of feeding myself. But yeah, things are good. I feel better here in general, which I'm thankful for. Ethan says, oh, also one more question. Did you name any of the chickens yet, or do you plan to? I haven't personally named the chickens. I don't really like naming things. If people had to be, if the way it went was you were born and you grew up and you had to name yourself, I probably still would not really have a name for myself. I just don't really see the point. But one of them, I think one of the chicks is named Ems, E-M-S, like short for Emily. One of the chickens is named Lana Del Rey. That kind of happened according to a couple of people on Twitch. It all depends on how much you pester me, I think. All right. Debbie says, what would be nice right now? I think sitting in a big cozy chair with my Hieronymus, your dog, an extra plush blanket, a great book, a crackling fire, and some coconut hot cocoa with toasted marshmallows would be nice, but it's 93 outside. That's why you just gotta spoil yourself and crank the AC so that you can also crank a fire up and get cuddly in front of a fireplace with the blanket. That's something I would do, I feel like. That does sound really nice, though. There's something about a crackling fire that's just so comforting. I don't know if I've ever tried coconut hot cocoa before. That is a nice picture you drew there, Debbie. Sims Artistry says, are you a full-time artist? If so, how did you go about it? Sorry if this is redundant. Have you been to Chalui? I've not been to this Chalui Glass Museum or any exhibits. I'm not familiar with that. Not that I know of. But it sounds cool. I like glass art and stuff. I do. I am a full-time artist. Somehow. I say, for some reason I say somehow most of the time because a lot of people ask me, like, how do I, oh, you asked that too. How'd you go about it? I got here by accident, you know. There was never a point in my life where I planned to do this. I plan to do a lot of other things. I plan to do pretty much everything but this. And in that sense, I made a lot of terrible plans and never got to any of those other places. I fell short of everything else. Was groveling in some metaphorical life dirt. And, but the whole time, while all that kind of depressing stuff was happening to me on the side, I kept on drawing and making art. Because that's the only thing that didn't come and go. That's the only thing that stayed constant was that I liked drawing. I liked making art. And I liked making like little videos and stuff. And so eventually at one point I realized when I was quitting one job that I didn't really like to get another job that I didn't expect to really like. I thought, maybe I don't need to get this other job. Maybe I am kind of making some money from my art right now. Maybe I can not get this other job and just try this art thing full time. And if I do it full time, I'll make even a little bit more money from art and won't need to work any other jobs at all. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out after a few months, I'll just go get that other job I was planning on getting. So I tried it, and it's been working for a few years now, which I'm very thankful for. Never had to go get that other job, which I was planning on, being at Target or something. So I'm pretty much unskilled labor when it comes down to it. Sorry. Bobby says, hope you're having a good day. I am. Thank you. Hope you are too, Bobby. On a trip to Canada, did you get to take part in or watch any Aboriginal Indigenous Day festivities? There were like at least 2 campsites we were staying at where the day after we were leaving, there was Indigenous peoples festivities. We were like really sad about that. In my hometown, there are free fish fries, drum dancing, games, live music for all every day of the week leading to the day. Also, have you ever had a coffee crisp chocolate bar? I have not. Sounds good though. No, I haven't even heard of that. No, I guess we don't have them. I should have looked into that while I was there. There's like all sorts of weird stuff. And, Canada's not even that far away, but you just cross the border and the biggest shock to me as far as like the snacks and stuff was all the weird Dorito flavors y'all have. First of all, they're described weird because I think there's like something weird lost in translation. It's like halfway through French and back. But they've got like blue steak Doritos. And they pretty much just taste like Doritos with Frito flavoring. I don't know where the blue came from or the steak. What's with those? I ate 2 bags of them regardless, but Yeah, pretty good. I would try the Coffee Crisp chocolate bars. I would. Definitely. Anyways, I think that's all the questions. Sorry if I missed yours. Let me know if I did. If you have questions for the next time I make one of these videos, post them down here below this video in the comments here on Patreon. And next month I'll answer them. Sorry for this. I barely squeezed this video in at the end of this month. It's currently 1 a.m. on June 30th. So, anyways, thank you all for your continued support. You're all amazing. And let's keep moving forward, doing things. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Send me messages, anything. Y'all are great. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Good day, whatever.